What's up guys, Dev here. First review. Think I have enough information out to be semi-comfortable with getting the reviews underway. So today I bring to you the iTaste SVD in all its fine glory. So I've been using this already, but I wanted to at least show you guys what the unboxing was like. In case I personally love opening boxes. It's getting packages and opening new things. It's just so much friggin' fun to me. I have no idea why, but you get this box, right, and it's usually plastic wrap. It's got a layer, you know, a sealed plastic around it, but that's gone obviously. So you get this box, and what comes in this box is this: the iTaste, the actual unit itself. The SVD. The SVD, what that stands for is Superior Vaping Device, for anyone who's curious. It's got an extension tube here and an iClear 30. That's just a style of clearomizer. They were nice enough to give you not one, but two of these bad boys. When you take the plastic bottom off here, you got your nice little sweet layout, right? Awesome. And then inside there, you got a couple instruction manuals. I should probably make sure to point out. Read these, please. One of them is just a real quick how to fill your clearomizer. It's got little pictures and instructions and all sorts of cool stuff. I'll show you that in the up close when we get there. This one goes over just general use of the device, some of the different parts that it comes with, and things like that. But down here, I've got a white box and another iClear 30. Freaking sweet of them to do. Very, very, very nice in my opinion for a manufacturer to not only give you a device but also a way to get started with the device, not have to go out and purchase a separate clearomizer. Excellent choice as well. And their very wonderful graciousness, they give you this little box which contains, let's see, looks like 3 replacement heads, if you will. These actually go in the iClear 30, so you can take this thing apart and take the coil out, that little center post that's in there. You can take that out completely and replace it with a fresh one in case it dies or you start getting a weird taste or anything goofy like that. So that is that. Sweet unboxing. I love unboxing stuff. Let me just put some of this stuff back in here since I'm not really touching it. The iClear 30 I'll be doing a video on a little bit later. I don't want to talk about it right now. This is meant to be only for the actual mod itself. So in here you got this extension tube and the actual device. So let's just go ahead and take those out. Like I said, I've already been using this, but this is how it will come to you. It'll come to you with this smaller extension tube. That's the one that they put on it by default. I don't use smaller batteries. I don't have any at the moment to use, but it will take a smaller battery with this. I believe it's an 18350. Yeah, 18350 battery will fit in here with this smaller tube. The bigger tube, though, that comes with it, this guy, this needs to just screw right on there. Ooh, that didn't sound nice at all, did it? Helps if I get it the right way. Yeah, there we go. This just screws right on there, and these have really nice threads. Haven't had too much of an issue with the threads, but this longer tube, this will take an 18650 and an 18500, I believe. But this tube, as you saw, literally just screws right on there. Those threads got caught there for a second. Weird. But literally, to take this apart, you just unscrew that. You got this other tube. You just pop it right on there and screw it in. Pretty simple, straightforward, right? I like these threads quite a bit. They're real smooth. As you saw, I do get catches sometimes, but I've got other mods that they just squeak and the threads are just awful. These ones aren't bad by any means. I definitely like these threads. The feel in the hand, though, this tube, if you can see, it's got these kind of like little inlets. You know, if they're kind of sharp when you first get it. I know it sounds gross, but after you get some finger grease built up inside of those little grooves, it's not so sharp. It's still a little bit, but I mean, if you just run your finger across it, it's a real sharp edge. It feels kind of weird in the hand at first, you know what I mean? It's not that kind of smooth, nice, consistent texture I guess I would be looking for personally. Don't want to say it's a con, but you may not like it. It kind of grew on me, but it does give the device this really awesome, what people refer to as, they call this the lightsaber. This is consistently, when I have this out in public, this is what people tell me it looks like, a lightsaber. I can kind of see that. I think it's funny though. But with this bottom cap, you'll notice it's got some vent holes on the bottom there. Again, I'll be showing you some more stuff on this in the up close, but real simple. You take your battery, whatever you might be using, positive goes on the top and negative on the bottom. It helps probably if give myself a little bit of room to actually get the bottom cap on there. That is that, and then after, if you've screwed it down, right, you got a little bit of wiggle room there, or too far apparently, you'll have to screw this all the way tight. So you don't want to over tighten, don't go all He-Man on it, but just you know, get it snug. So you'll notice a little bit of rattle, not too big a deal. That's just the buttons in here moving around, these two side buttons that it comes with, and the back button. It's just those rattling around, no big deal. This top portion as well, this comes off. This is just a little kind of beauty ring, covers up the threads. This does have Ego style threads on it, as well as your standard 510 connection in there. Pretty straightforward, and I'm really appreciative of the fact they drilled out a couple holes in this beauty ring. So that way, if you use this with something that may not have the best airflow, you've got a couple holes drilled into this little kind of catch, if you will, in this beauty ring, so that way air can get in when you're actually using the device. So that is that. You take your clearomizer. I'm using a Pro Tank 2 on this. I'll talk about this in another video, but this is just what I've been using it with, and I just think this looks so freaking cool like this. I think this thing looks great. So that's that. Features. I hope it's not already on. It's a cool. It's a 3-button press, and then you'll notice it's on. It glows as well. It's green when the battery is, I believe it's above 3.7 volts, yellow 3.6 to 3. I want to say maybe 4 volts, and anything below that, the battery, this little indicator gets red. So when the battery starts to die, oops, excuse me. Always burping, don't know why. When the battery starts to die, that light will start to light up red, letting you know it's probably time to charge the battery. Aside from that, now that you've got it on, you may hear this rattle. Hear that? It sounds like a rattlesnake. It's like this kind of purring noise. Really love this thing. But it's got, I forget what the feature is called. I really should have looked it up before I started doing this, but I was just so excited to. There is, the way the circuitry in this works, it basically turns the voltage on and off repeatedly, really quickly, just over and over while you're holding down the button, and that's what causes that rattling. You're just hearing the device actually turn voltage off and on and off and on over and over and over while you're pressing the button to fire. So features, aside from this thing just looking really awesome, the ability to use different tubes is just really cool to me. I like this bottom cap. It's not very, I don't want to call it cheap, but it doesn't seem to really flow with the rest of this device. There's a couple kind of chrome things on here, but I don't know, I just kind of would have liked to seen the same, you know, not chromed out bottom cap. I would have liked to seen this stainless steel style bottom cap, but that's just me. Some people may like that. It does have an LED screen. It shows you your current wattage or your current volts, several different things. But that's enough on this for now, I think. Let's go to the up close and personal view so I can kind of show you some more of the stuff this awesome device does. Be with you in a sec. And we're back. Okay, so now that we're a little bit up close here, let's go ahead and talk a little more about this awesome device. So this, I just wanted to show you guys real quick. This is the little pamphlet thing I was talking about here. Just shows you how you fill up an iClear 30, right? Just got some directions on it. Nothing too crazy. Just pretty basic standard stuff. Here's your manual. What else we got here? The iClear 30. This little end cap just came on the end of one of the iClear 30s. Your box with your replacement coils. And that is all you get, folks. I shouldn't say all. They're actually quite gracious in giving you quite a bit, in my opinion. The 2 iClear 30s included with that is just a really nice little deal there. So this guy, let's talk a little more here. So as you can see, I think it's off right now, yeah. So again, this is 3-button press. When you turn it on, you get the little light show down there, and it says, oh, I turned it off. How about turn it on? You get that little light show, right? And it says on here, right? It also tells you when to turn it off. It says off. I like that the lowercase o makes me laugh every time. But once you've got it on, from here, you'll notice it's telling you LOC. So what this means is lock. Obviously, they couldn't fit the K on there, but what that means is the device is locked. You can't change the current voltage of the device. So to get it out of lock mode, you hold the plus and the minus button, which are the 2 chrome silver buttons on the sides. So you hold those same time, it'll pop up. This is the atomizer's resistance, and it'll show you the current voltage, and then from there, now I can modify it, right? I can go up and down. This device goes all the way up to 6 volts, and from there, rolls back down to 3 volts, it's minimum. You can go in I believe it's 0.1 increments, all the way up from 3.0 to 6 volts. Nice little feature. Some mods I've run into, they don't go all the way up to 6 volts like they should. Most new people, they probably won't really need to go to 6 volts, but you may need to. If it's really for people who, you have a kind of a sharper draw, you might want to be having a bit of a higher voltage to accommodate for that. So just a nice little feature I like. Again, these plus and minus signs, these are real nice clicky buttons. They seem very resilient. I like that. This back one is the same way. And you'll notice too on the back here, when you're actually firing, it'll light up green, yellow, and red for different stages of your battery's life. But let's show you again this beauty ring I was talking about. Hopefully you can see it. It's kind of difficult to see straight through there, but it's got these little holes in it. Okay, and those are for airflow. So they just drilled straight through on each side to help with any airflow issues that you may have. Just kind of a nice little feature that I like. Overall, the stylishness, if you will, I don't even know if that's a word. This device looks pretty sleek to me. One thing I don't really care for, this bottom tube, kind of wiggly. I mean, I gotta move it pretty hard here, but it's kind of wiggly. Just something to be aware of. It's not going to change really any effectiveness or degrade the device, but it does wiggle. Just something to keep in mind. And again, you can kind of see this chrome bottom cap here. Like I said, I kind of wish it was the stainless steel, but that's just me. And then you've got those little inlets there as well. From there, moving up the device, you've got your 2 buttons, your plus and minus, an LED screen here. I like this LED. I kind of wished it would have been an OLED, but that's just me. I do like the way this looks. It looks kind of cool on here, this blue color. I wish it was green, but who might have complained, really? You've got some little markings here. I guess I should flip this the way you might be able to read them. Here it says VM. This is for the variable voltage. You've got iTaste SVD down here. Again, superior vaping device is what that stands for. You've got a little ohm symbol here and a D. I'm not sure what the D is for. Apparently they wanted to give us the D. You've got a PM icon here. And they've got all these little like markings to show you kind of what buttons to press to do what. And then again, you get back to the front, the plus and minus. And then up there, you've got your beauty ring, and you do have Ego style threading on this. So this will work with your Ego clearomizers, right? It's got that standard 510 in the center there, but the outside, this will thread like an Evo D, for instance, and it will successfully fire the device. God, such wimpy output. The only thing that sucks about this, I might do it right now, I hope I don't, thank gosh. If you don't take the beauty ring off when you've got these Ego style devices, you can run into issues where you don't know you're just unscrewing the bottom cap or from it, the clearomizer, and just spill juice everywhere. So, you know, not really their fault, but is what it is. Let me just put this back on here. Maybe. Aside from that, let's talk a little bit about the functionality of all these neat little buttons we got here. So again, these are your plus and minus buttons on the side, your power button in the back. But when you press these two buttons, plus and minus, together, you'll notice you get, if you just do it, I think it's 3 seconds, you get the current resistance of the clearomizer or atomizer you have on the device. So I don't know what the A is for. I thought initially it was amperage, but there's no way that can be right. So that's your ohms checker, and then if you just press and hold either the plus or the minus sign, just individually, it shows you the current voltage of your battery. So 3.6, and that's supposed to be a V, but it's a U, whatever. It's an LED, you can't get a V. I know, I'm sorry. I'm just complaining at this point for the sake of complaining against this thing. But it does show you current voltage of the battery. To change from wattage to voltage, you press one of the side buttons, so the minus, your VM side, is the voltage. You press and hold this button, and then the fire button in the back, it'll switch to voltage. If you press and hold the plus button and the fire button, it'll show you PO for power, and that's how you switch over to the voltage side. From there, you can adjust accordingly. This goes up to 15 watts, down to, I think 3 watts, I'm sorry. Right? Yeah, 3 watts. So the one thing I do really appreciate about this, it remembers, let's say I modify this from, I'll set it at 11.5 volts, and then I switch over to voltage again, it's going to remember what the voltage was that I had set. So let's say I'll change this to 4.8. This is what I normally like to vape this at, this specific clearomizer. I'll switch it back over to power, and you'll notice we did not change. That number did not change, right? That's a really cool little feature. It keeps that in memory. Even if you turn this off and turn it back on, it'll remember what you had it set at, all your current settings, right? I think that's really neat. Kind of eliminates the issue of if you have to put this in your pocket because you're going somewhere for a while and you turn it off, it eliminates the hassle of having to reset whatever option, voltage or wattage you chose. So that's a neat, nice little feature. I'm very appreciative of that. So overall, really nice, solid device. Feels good in the hand. Those sharp edges, like I said, I didn't really care for those at first. They're still kind of sharp. You know what I mean? It just feels kind of, it's a little bit uncomfortable at first. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, after a while, I'm not sure if you can kind of tell there's just, you know, goop in there. I need to clean this thing, but just running your finger across it, I mean, I feel like if I pressed hard enough, I might get a small paper cut, if you will. Other than that, I really have no complaints with this device. So that is that. That's the up-close personal portion. And let's get back to the normal views. Hooray. Welcome back. That is that for this device, really. So just to sum everything up real quick, lots of features on this, things that just about everybody could really use. Like I say, it's got the ohms checker on here. It's got a voltage checker, nice little indicators to know where your battery is at, you know, by standards. So you can start to know, kind of learn around when you need to charge your batteries. I charge mine at 3.7 volts. That's just a kind of elongate the lifespan of them, but you don't need to. It's just it helps you in that process. You know what I mean? It enables you to know what are my current volts, so you can swap out if you need. Different tubes for different batteries, ego threading, so it'll fit, you know, your recessed devices. Nice little beauty ring. I'm sure there's other beauty rings you could find somewhere online to replace this one with if you wanted to. I don't know why you'd want to, but I mean, things sit nice and flush on here. It's all around, for me, this definitely gets 2 thumbs up. There it is, always with the burp. Never fails. It's like the minute I start talking, I get burpy. No clue why. But this little guy right here, I got this from a vendor locally. It ran me about 90 bucks. They were gracious enough to give me a bit of a discount just for hanging out in the shop and kicking it with them. But I mean, a general consumer, that's about what you'll pay for this. I have seen them much cheaper in the 60-ish range. That was a steal then. I wish I would have hopped on that. But you'll see this likely anywhere in the vicinity of 80 to 100 and maybe even 15, 20 bucks, depending on where you're buying it from. You can find different vendors online. Maybe your local vendor has this at a different price. But it's definitely not a cheap device. Superior vaping device definitely comes with a bit of a cost, so it's something to keep in mind. I love this thing. This is one of my daily drivers. So for me, I feel what I paid for it, I feel I got my money's worth, but I do wish it was just a little bit cheaper. Maybe do away with the iClear 30, maybe just one of them with more replacement heads, you know. That for me maybe would bring the cost down a little bit, something like that. Otherwise, just personally, this thing is worth every penny that I paid for it. Again, I did get a discount, so I didn't get hit so hard, but if I had to buy this again for even $90, I probably would. I shouldn't even say I probably would, I would. I really like this device, I like it that much. So, yep, that's all I got for now. Thank you so much for watching. If I missed anything or you have any questions, please let me know. And yeah, hope you're having a great day, and definitely let's continue our trend of stopping smoking. Yeah, sounds like a great idea to me, and I hope it's going wonderfully for you. Thanks again so much. Have a good one.